All right, so Brazen versus dotStats. Brazen won our knife round, so they will be starting things off on the CT side. Brazen are currently 1-3 in ESEA Advanced this season, so not the best. But dotStats will be a tough challenge for them. See who's able to swing this one into their favor. Well, first round going to start things off quick for dotStats, just charging on up mid with the pistols. Grape takes contact, falls back. A little bit of damage onto Shabaka, which is a fantastic name, by the way. But dotStats going to realize that USP in position and not look to challenge it. Not a lot of utility bought by dotStats either. They do only have the smoke to work with. So they're keeping this pistol round slow. They're trying to throw a wrench into the plans of Brazen. They have managed to scale, at least a little bit. They're up mid. They forced Brazen to take these super far back positions. The smoke will keep Grape from outside of the site, but Legacy playing from pit, gonna be the big player here. Fuggy with the dualies. First kill, gonna go to Legacy. It's a massacre as dotStats try to enter into the site. Johnny Jizz, the last player standing, in a 1 versus 4. Does manage to take down Grape, so it is gonna be 3, but Legacy goes huge for the pistol round. 4 kills to close this one out. It is going pretty darn well. We already had the pistol round, so the prediction has been closed up. But, you know, we're casting. We're hanging out, we're casting. There's Counter-Strike. It's good times. Alright, so a good start for Brazen. And no bomb plant for dotStats means we are going to get just full pistols for this T side. The Atlantis game is in an hour. It is in approximately 40 minutes. Big push for Brazen, though. I like what we're seeing here. Polo getting all the way down ramp. MP9s on Brazen. They are looking to make a whole ton of money, and on the patch that they're on, it's a good decision, honestly. Just farm that up as much as possible. They're doing... The other thing is dotStats have stayed super far back as well. So this one, not going to be an easy one for them. Again, Johnny Jizz forming the tip of the spear up middle, trying to take contact, but Brazen aren't giving... They're not giving up anything. They're staying so far back. There's so much respect being paid. And dotStat's going to take advantage. They're going to charge right on up banana. 40 seconds remaining. And they're just going to try to bulldoze their way on in as much as they can, as Johnny Jizz will be erased. Ooh, good kill back for Shabaka, but instant trade out of Jester does mean that B-bomb site is going to stay at least one player strong, but the rest of the dotStats players going to charge their way on up. Reposition out of Jester. They're not going to check second oranges. Jester Legacy on site as well, with a huge impact on the pistol round. Ben is going to get this bomb down, but 1 versus 3 on the Deeg. It's not going to be an easy round whatsoever. The first shot rings out, does not connect, and Legacy popping over the top of Coffins just rips him a new one. So yes, Crunchify, the Atlantis game will be on in about 35 minutes on this stream. Unless this game goes to crazy overtime, which you never know. The other question is, what do I do if it doesn't go to crazy overtime? I don't even know what I do at that point. I just kind of yapped at the camera and chilled out. Also, you what, mate? How you doing? Dance, dance, dance. Oh, you want me to dance, dance, dance in my pants, pants, pants? All right. Full AK's out for dotStats, stats. Oh no, Shabaka. We switched to him just in time for the dunk to come in. Polo and Jester sending nades. Little present for anyone too aggressive in banana. Buggy spots one in apartments, does give him time to fall back. And again, Brazen, they're not playing anything near top mid. They're barely even taking contact. They're giving dotStats a ton of space. So far, it's been working, but these AKs definitely gonna throw a wrench into things. Although, already losing one to Legacy, not gonna make this one easy. A good trade. Grape goes 1 for 1. And that's going to leave dotStats with 2 players left standing who are going to try to slip the net here and make their way on over to B. But Polo's here. He's come over through spawn to put an end to their plans. So an early 3-0 start for Brazen. Well, like I said, what if this game is very fast? It's pronounced it Fugi? Okay, Fugi. I feel like I've heard both Fugi and Fuggy. But I'll you know what? You've corrected me, so I'll say Fugi. What about fungi? That's something different. That's a mushroom. Fugi fungi. All right, big push-up banana already. dotStats getting naded very low. Legacy gonna nail Jumble. And this is just gonna be a tearing through exercise. Polo with a target-rich environment grabs 2. Looking for more, by the way. He's got half a cliff left, and these pistols will overwhelm him. Legacy, ooh, a lot of damage being done to Brazen by the pistols. They are able to rein the round back under their control, but that one very nearly went south. Well, I'm going to have to eat my words here. Brazen have been having some really tough games. And I kind of thought that dotStats were going to give them the business, but this is a very good start. Full buy once again for dotStats. We'll see if they can break things open on the side of Brazen, but it really feels like this Inferno pick has been just perfect on the side of Brazen. Even though they're not playing as aggressively as you might see, it's just been some really well-placed everything. They've forced dotStats to push into them over and over again. And over again, dotStats haven't had the utility to deal with. Players are just on site. The good news is I have water that I'm drinking out of a Guinness glass. So, you know, not sponsored, but Guinness, if you want me to be, if you want, you could totally sponsor me, I say, as KBZ through the smoke, through the wall, headshot onto Polo, caught half wall. And over again, indeed. Indeed. Brother, it is you. Well, let's see what's going to go on with this round. dotStats clearly thinking that they've got something going with the half-wall kill. Send 4 up banana, and they get immediately rebuffed. Brazen not giving up anything for free here. Oh my gosh. And Jester just sitting behind Fountain. This is not an off angle you expect, but Shabaka will still rip him a new one. Grape now all alone on the B bomb site. Good for the trade. Oh, Ben, you're looking the wrong way. They will look through, but Grape, oh my gosh, through the smoke. What is even going on here? dotStats, they run out of time. They've just taken too long getting to the site. That no-scope, though. But that's going to be a full-on $0 for the Opper, which is even worse. The player that needs the most money and gets the least. Okay, all right. I thought that was through. The fact that that kill says it was through a wall. My goodness. All right, first timeout coming in for dotStats. I would call it timely, but honestly, it feels almost a little bit late. We'll have to see. Oh, General Kenobi. See, the best part is I push all of my casts to my YouTube channel, which let me get the link for that YouTube channel in chat there. Subscribe there if you want to see the VOD for this later. And the General Kenobi sound doesn't pop up in the VODs, and that's intentional. It'll pop up on my camera, which rewind to see it if you don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, anyway, this is going to be a fast one. dotStats going, just changing up the pace. To go for something weird in alt mid. Glock for KBZ doesn't connect. The nade right back onto them is going to do quite a bit of damage. This one is a throwback. Big push into apartments. Gonna look to waterfall on out. That railing gonna hurt, but not gonna matter if you've got the AK. Now you can start to make some picks. Jumble will get the trade. AWP whips as well. Now it's starting to look bad. Brazen, they do make their way out of apartments. They're gonna get the bomb down for what I think might be the second time this game. 3 versus 3. They do have one singular rifle. Ooh, AWP thrown away as well. So Brazen, they are going to go for the retake on this one, which, I mean, dotStats have done a good job of keeping the money fairly low, so this one could be a very risky retake if Brazen want to go for it, but they're sneaking on in through the smokes, and the pistols are coming out on top. Jumble picks up 2, and Ben to close things out. It's a 1 first round for dotStats. The worst still is the money now is actually into a little bit of a weird spot for Brazen. Legacy and Fugi have plenty of money, but Grape and Polo have been dying a bit more than the rest of the team. And unfortunately, they're not able to go for the full buys. You see Polo picking up the MP9, which again, that's something I thought was nerfed, but you know, a lot of these players make it look like it was not. It's been kind of an interesting split where some players are keeping with the MP9, they're not giving that up, and some players have started going for the MP7, which is $250 more, which coincidentally is the amount you get if you get all 5T players killed. So going from the MP9 to the MP7 is at least a little bit of a natural transition as far as SMGs go. The other thing is the MP7 honestly has an easier spray pattern. Instead of like a whole like down and left and right, it's just like hold down and to the left in a diagonal pattern. Barely have to control the recoil at all. Quite nice. If you took the fuse out and didn't light it on fire. I mean, if the player would examine it, we could probably see what the molly... I bet if we zoomed in, we could see the label. Can we try to like, since we're in a pause anyway, can we try to get a close-up on the label for the Molotov? While you do that, I'm gonna just go look up ES2 Molotov, and we're gonna see if there's a trivia section, and if there is, I'm gonna add it to the trivia. Trivia section for the Molotov. The Molotov and incendiary, yes. This weapon reuses sounds from the Left 4 Dead 2 Molotov. So this is I mean, I would hazard a guess that that's a wine bottle, but let's see. Yeah, it doesn't say what the Molotov... Gosh, it would be funny if it were mixed with pure grain alcohol. You just put it in there, and then if you feel like breathing fire, you're just like... Stick an eight... Oh, that's gross. Yeah, no, don't search for a recipe. We will 100% get on a list if we start looking for Molotov. I'm not even going to say it in case, yeah, we're going to just... Yeah. Hello, FBI, how are you? Yeah, exactly. Please don't look up a recipe. Well, extended pause, which definitely throws a wrench into things for the Comets versus Atlantis game. Still got 25 minutes, so if this pause doesn't go too terribly long, we should be okay. I already know this. Oh my gosh, yes. Pyro mains. Pyro mains. I play Pyro when I'm like, I feel like turning my brain off and spraying everywhere. I used to be big into Scout, but now that I'm old, I like playing Soldier because explosives, fun. I love that we're just going to continue to look at chickens anytime we're going to pause. That's just Inferno for you. All right, I hear the countdown. Getting back in. Hey, the game started. I realize the chicken is important, but the game started, okay? Round number 7, 1 to 5. dotStats in the favorable position as far as purchases go. They don't have to deal with the SMGs in the hands of Brazen. Ooh, quick peek over by Boiler. Does it lead to a whiffed off shot? Then that's going to be good info for dotStats. They now know that the big green is lingering over toward the A-bomb site, but still seem to want to force this. They've got a lot of time left. The Molotov, a parting gift, as they do walk their butts right back down mid. And I think this one, I think it's going to be ending on B, but with 50 seconds, dotStats are still keeping this one slow, and Brazen haven't rotated over fully just yet. Though the rotation will be called, and we see 2 players for Brazen working their way through CT. Going to be a nice big stack up here. The player boosted up on boost. Ah, yes, you get your MP9 boost up. I wonder if that was a missed smoke because Polo's got a fair amount of vision. He's not even fully needed. Jester picks up the first, but the trades back in from dotStats do lead this one to a 3 versus 2. 15 seconds remaining. Bomb still not down, and Brazen, they've arrived. They're in big numbers here. They are going to be kept back by the smokes, but they've done good damage. So this one's going to be a very difficult hold for the side of dotStats. Fugi going to be the first one through, picks off Shabala. Now it's going to be up to KBZ. AWP in hand, 1 versus 3, playing from back sight, playing from dark. But it does look like Brazen have a good read on him, and Fugi going to pick up that final kill. 5 to 1 turns to 6 in the favor of Brazen. Are we getting an emote here? I kind of thought we were getting an emote there. There it is. Gotta get the yippies. Gotta get the yippies. Very important. So I will say this is a lot cleaner than I've seen a lot of Brazen's games go. Not to like. Oh no! Oh no! You guys got blocked. Oh, someone didn't communicate. Not to like call them out too much, but Brazen are 2-2 on the season, and going into it, they definitely seemed like a team that would be crushing a lot of these other teams. So, oh, good little dink onto Shabala or Shabaka. Oh, my captions think I said Chewbacca. Shabaka. Oh, that's not what I said either, captions. Good try, though. Well, as I've been saying that, dotStats are going to pick themselves up a couple of frags, make their way onto the A-bomb site. Ben, Johnny Jizz forming the tip of this contact. Good trade back for Polo. Does make this one a 2 versus 2. No, 2 versus 3. Shabaka's still alive on just a scratch of HP. That might just be what allows for Brazen to win this one. Polo, he's caught throwing a gun on Arch. Oh, good kill onto Ben, but Johnny Jizz in with the trade. Now it's just Jester, all alone, M4 in hand, but will be taken low. 20 HP causes him to fall back, and he's going to save this one up. 6-2 for dotStats. The question now is, does Shabaka get out in time? I think the answer is going to be yes, but I don't know. This bomb is pretty far. Nope, Shabaka does not make it out in time. So that is at least a little bit more money for Brazen and a little bit less to work with. What do you? I look at the name on the screen. Number 8, literally called Johnny Jizz. Captions don't know what I'm talking about there either. So this is going to lead to pistols for the Brazen side. They haven't had to fight from this that often. They've had guns in their hands since basically the starter pistol. And so having to come back with these pistols might make things a little bit difficult for them, and is going to be worrying for the rest of their CT side. The big saving grace is, again, the economy change that I've been banging on about happened recently. Could be Brazen's best attempt at getting back into this. Ooh, Polo in as the bait for Jester as he picks off 2. Oh my gosh, they don't check Hubby either, and Legacy able to pick one off. That Deagle speaking out loud here, but dotStats, they'll scale onto the A-bomb site, and these Deagles, what in the world? Grape through the smoke. Johnny Jizz trades him back. It's a 1 versus 2 for Johnny Jizz. 80 HP. Bomb's still not down, and Brazen have rotated both on over, but one of those two has a pistol. There's the pistol down for Grape. He's still faking this, though. He's going to bait Jester right through the smoke, and there's going to be the kill. 3 rounds for dotStats. Sometimes you fake enough times, you make it work. Now, it very much was a fake it till you make it moment, and now we'll see if Brazen can bring this one back under their control. Otherwise, this half looking like it's going to become an even half pretty rapidly. SMGs on both sides of the servers on this one, so this is not a full buy by either team. UMP out for Fugi, which, again, is always going to make me happy. As someone that survived the UMP meta, where it was basically a $1,200 AK, and knowing where it is now, where it is just, it's an easy spray down is what it is. But we are going to get a very similar round to what we've seen, which is, hey, let's probe B, let's probe mid. Did we get any picks? Well, the only thing they've got so far in the first minute of this round is plenty of chip damage. Shabaka down to 54 HP. This is the point where you've got to make a choice. 40 seconds left, and the choice is going to be banana. Choice is going to be B. Rotation over for Grape. They've got this timing down pretty darn well pat. Getting another rifler into position so that if you lose a 1 player, you still got 2 ready to go. This time Polo not boosted up, so he's just going to have to work with this smoke, and Jester is already fallen. This might just be a bulldozer round. dotStats already on the B-bomb site. Not a whole lot Brazen are able to do to stop them, so this bomb will go down. 4 versus 4 retake. And Brazen are going to do it all through CT. They do have the kit on Fugi. It's the only one they've got. Good nade does dunk KBZ. At least something the Brazen have in their hats, but Polo will fall at the same time. Shabaka picks one up. Grape with the trade, and Legacy will put the final nail in the coffin. Brazen, they managed to swing it back. Super close retake. Look at the HP on Grape. Brazen doing a bang-up job of this CT side. This is exactly what you want. This map has really started to flip into the T side with the amount of utility that you're able to pull out. Getting to dictate the pace of Inferno turns out pretty good. So Brazen, and again, like what I'm wondering is this just a level of organization that Brazen have that dotStats don't? Is this just hey, if you had the right utility? But Brazen have kept their defenses pretty fast and loose. They haven't played a lot of the same. They've played the same players on the same sites, but the positions have been fairly different, except for putting Legacy in pit. Legacy's been in pit as his faithful, you know, all right, this is gonna be my home. Gonna make a home of pit. But dotStats, they're going for the waterfall out through apartments once again, and Fugi gonna be on site to start to pick these players off. It's an absolute demolish on the side of dotStats. 2 and 2, Fugi and Legacy destroy the T side, and Jester here to mop up this final kill in CT. 8-3, Brazen. Coming out strong. Yeah, let's get a replay on that. That's good replays. I love this. And again, you are dying to the player pit. You can't get out on A because Legacy is holding court on pit. And you are dying to that every round. They tried to avoid him and go arch. Maybe that's the move. Like, there's not a whole lot of holes in the defense for dotStats to exploit. Legacy is just on point tonight, honestly. Like, they cannot go up lane. It's just not working out. Legacy is too good tonight. But, flashes complete. You get the kill for dotStats. The trade, oh dear, trade out of Brazen, and unfortunately a TK on dotStats does leave them a man down as they start their push over toward the B bomb site. They're making this one quick, so quick that they double smoke CT. Now it's going to be all up to Polo to try to hold this back, but KBZ's got his number. Gives him a little haircut. So bomb plant, but 3 kits on the side of Brazen. So this round, these shots going to have to be bang on for dotStats. Molly into into new boxes. Brazen going to start their campaign. Look at the HP on dotStats as they start to push on in. Great picks off the first, but can't spray down 2. KBZ with the kills. He's nearly got all 3, but Fugi is going to be a hero here for Brazen and bring it 9-3. A huge advantage for the CT side. We'll see if this game continues to be the legacy show for Brazen, or if dotStats will turn this one around. You say it all comes down to the pistol, but we'll have to see. There's a lot of comeback that dotStats need to even bring this one to even, much less to go for the win. Crazier things have been done before. And in case you're here for it, in about 15 minutes is going to be the Shimmer versus Atlantis game. Okay, so we're going to start this round. This is Father Chicken. Please confess your sins to Father Chicken in the chat or in the comments below. Ooh, boost up half wall. Legacy taking early contact. The flash goes back, and Johnny Jizz, 2 kills, 2 guns. Shabaka joining into this one. Grape does manage to trade one back, but there's still 2 players on the B bomb site for dotStats. Grape will recover the dualies, but all that's going to happen is Brazen have to tuck tail and walk back down banana. The worrying thing is this going to allow dotStats into some even more aggressive positions. KBZ all the way out through in between TAPs and CTAPs. He does get spotted though, and does have to get pushed away, but that's now a screw that dotStats can turn to really capture Brazen, to really torment them as they push this one on in. But the buttons will be punched in, and Grape will get that bomb down. KBZ going to be the first one on site, coming out from, funnily enough, Apartments. Legacy, he's found himself back in pit. Can he 1v4 this with the P250? Answer is no. KBZ finally locates the head of the pit player, Shabaka, to put the final nail in the coffin. And dotStats will secure the pistol round, only losing Johnny Jizz in the process. I love that we just keep getting the legacy spray as well. Is friendly chicken? All chickens are friendly chicken. Well, let's see if now dotStats can extend this. They're going to have the weapon advantage. Bomb down for Brazen, but only 1 kill. This is a very, let's call it optimistic AK. Everybody's blocking tonight. No one knows where to walk. Here, it's a hero AK, and Legacy, of all the people to hold it, has been on point. I do love that even on T's side, he's like, nope, going to pit. But this time, there's not going to be a pit for him to play in, as he, Brazen's side, going to charge on into the B-bomb site and into the meat grinder, as Johnny Jizz and Shabaka will mow them down. Legacy, that hero AK, now has to come in clutch. It's going to be a 1 versus 5. He does trade with Johnny Jizz. There's not going to be a whole lot of space. dotStats are circling around as he falls back down. Banana already got players at his back. Jumble coming in from underpass, but it's going to be Shabaka from the front to close out the round, and AK picked up. No bomb plant for Brazen this time around. It's just going to be likely a full save. Getting another look at that spray down. Johnny Jizz with the triple on the round. All right, well, when the force buy fails, maybe the force pistols. Brazen's still in a pretty comfortable spot, 4-round advantage on their T side. So you're looking for, okay, I was going to say you're looking for some more, and the Deagles absolutely will rip this round wide open. KBZ only able to handle Polo before the pistols will overwhelm him as well. And Brazen looking sharp, looking on point. Jester waiting for the push on in. The trigger discipline, Shabaka not expecting him, and he gets 2. What? They gave him so much. And Brazen now double digits. Okay. All right. Yeah, the Jester double definitely deserves a replay. That has got a sting for dotStats. That is about as painful as it gets. Aside from maybe being knifed or Zeused. This buy from dotStats, this is not a happy buy. 2 MP9s after winning 2 in a row. And no kits. Not a single player had money left over after buying armor utility weapon for a kit. See if that comes back to bite them. Not a good scenario, but walking past the MP9 is a choice, and Shabaka will pick off Polo for his hubris. Call it. That does give some information over to the Brazen side, but losing a player for that information is not the best trade in the world. We'll see if Brazen can now live to regret that first decision. 4 versus 5, and they are getting a little bit stalled up here in mid as the clock ticks down to 50 seconds. Well, it's definitely, it's KBZ going, you know what worked? Playing from pit. Play from mini pit, play from big pit. How about play in the middle of pits? This round looks like the pits from Brazen. Grape still one taps onto Ben, but he's got so much company nearby. This round is going to be difficult, although maybe not. Picks off another 1 versus 5 required, and Shabaka will finally put an end to his reign of terror as dotStats grab a 6th round. Hello there, tech support and Pfeiffer Wifer. Oh, that's a lot of dust bunnies you just vacuumed. Alright, what did that put that reward at? That put it back. Okay, so it's just choosing the same number over and over, but with different multipliers. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at my code again. See why the randomizer is being not very random tonight. Hey, thank you tech support for vacuuming the dust bunnies as well. Alright, SMG's out for dotStats. Good kill for Jumble and KBZ following up to keep Brazen off the site, but they will not stop. Boogie does pick one off, but this one not even a chance for Brazen in this round. dotStats bringing it back. This is apparently it's just a CT-sided kind of night. Everyone's getting rid of the dust bunnies. Oh, Rue, you did a 44. Well, is this a real comeback or a fake comeback? This would be the round for Brazen to take control of this one. Otherwise, dotStats, they're going to continue streaking on their CT side. They're doing a very good job of it. Brazen up in apartments early on this time. Looking for the picks. What kind of a plan are you cooking, Brazen? You guys are really enjoying the vacuum the dust bunnies reward, huh? Fair enough. You realize you can also spend those dust bunnies on predictions, and you don't necessarily have to just throw them away. But, you know, hey, gang. And this time, again, dotStats, they're managing to not only hold the line, but hold from many different parts of the A-bomb site. Ben going to be able to fall out through apartments. He's got Jumble to back him up. And Brazen have been knocked down to 2. These duels not going their way as they try to pierce this A-bomb site. And even worse still, this is going to leave more AKs for dotStats as Shabaka wraps on around them. Closes out the round, 8-10. We have another tech timeout. So I don't know how long this is going to be. Of course, we got to get the chicken content. Wouldn't be my stream without the chicken content. Oh man, and with these tech timeouts, this game has actually gone fairly long. I'll get to the Shimmer game as soon as possible, but how are the new chicken animations? They seem good. They don't seem that different from the old ones. That one's kind of like moving. That might be like I saw the doing the head movements. They are pretty goofy. Yeah. All right, round starting up. Say goodbye, chicken. Chicken's like, where do you think you're going? I'm the content now. All right, well, Brazen on pistols. We've seen this before. Oh, AWP boosted up for KBZ, but not able to connect. Gonna leave Brazen in a good position. Will be missed, chick. Oh my gosh. Chat's all over the chicken content. Now, if there were a time to go for Brazen, this would be it. They've got the numbers advantage on the B-bomb site. See if they can close this one out. 10-8. This one's starting to get scary for them, too. Smoke goes in as a countermeasure. Chewbacca spots the utility starting to come on out. Dodges the first flash, not the second. Johnny Jizz goes huge with 2, but he can't hold on. The clip runs out, and Jester will trade him on back. Does mean the pistols will make their way onto the B-bomb site for Brazen, and they do have enough time to get this bomb down. Now the question is, can they put these recovered rifles to work? The first one going to fall into the hands of Polo. And actually some pretty good positions here for Brazen to be in as dotStats start to surge forward. Molly onto Jester in Temple. Ooh, they pick off Jester, but the damage is good. Jumble falls in a trade. And getting up close and personal, picks off Grape, just juices them. But it's a 1 versus 1 in the end, and Polo just keeping this one close, keeping it so close and so tense, but no kit for KBZ. He doesn't have the time. He does pick off Polo, but it's not going to be enough. An 11 for Brazen. Maybe their mental is chalked. Ooh, I didn't know they just trimmed Mythic, but that does make a little bit of sense. All right, I see the picks and bans are happening for maps for Comets versus Atlantis, so hopefully this game doesn't go too much longer and they paused it again. What's up? Too many tech pauses is what's up. There's another game that I can connect to soon. Well, that describes the stream right here. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So Mythic should be finishing up with their actual...
on head.
Oh, plushie on head. Okay. Mythic 1, nice. All right, I have a plushie on my head now. This can stay for a couple of rounds. This one's pretty easy to balance, so yeah. All right, full buy for the Brazen side. They've got the advantage once again. Can they keep this one going? Legacy getting naded up. Oh, and he misses the shot as well. We were waiting for that too. That is gonna hurt. Chewbacca getting mollied out, but still has a spot to stand. Polo, and not expecting the player up here, gonna fall as a result. And look at the damage onto Jester as well. He's... This push from B has completely failed for Brazen. Nice. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Who did Flom raid, out of curiosity? Isa? That makes sense. Teammate, might as well. Alright, 2 players on the B-bomb site for dotStats. They've already had the impact that they kind of need to have, but Johnny Jizz gonna look for more, and Fugi gonna die as a result. Chewbacca looking for his own impact on this, and oh my goodness, Johnny Jizz just finishes the round. That's right. That's right. Now things looking not so good. Brazen. Oh, that one. That's not good. Oh, there's plenty of jokes like that in there. Yeah, sorry the automod keeps catching that. I have it set. Hey, locally hated. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for stopping by. I've got a plushie on my head because of channel points rewards. Sometimes that'll happen. I guess I have to behave. No behaving. All right, 9 to 11. Pistols for Brazen once again. Will they take 12 or do dotStats? Finally have the formula to stop these pistols. It'll be a slow one because it is Inferno. This looks dangerous. The pistol's not going B this time. That is worrying, and they're all walking right through the smoke, right past Jumble, right under his nose. But Shabaka, now opportunity to pick off some players. Polo will trade him out. That is going to leave Bomb headed toward B in a hurry. dotStats still looking. They crush Jester. 3 versus 4 now. Grape on 5 HP. They are going to get the B-bomb site open to them. And they've still got Bomb in their inventory as well. Fugi and Polo. 2 versus 4. Punch in the numbers. But this one doesn't feel nearly as likely as the other pistol round that did work out. It's a 4 versus 2. All on site. Tech 9. Fugi does pick up the M4. And that's going to have to be massive as dotStats start to pierce the veil here. Polo smoked up, but this is a position he's played plenty. He's a B-bomb site player as Fugi goes down. Now this Tech 9 is all that Brazen have, but Ben will charge and bulldoze right over it. 10 rounds for dotStats. After a 3-9 start, they are now 1 round away. So for round number 22, we're going to get serious. All right, can Brazen finish this one strong? They really need these wins. 2-2 on the season. dotStats 4-1. Will this just be another round of dotStats with another victory, or will Brazen be able to pick up another one? Interesting, no armor on Legacy. He had the money to go for it, but no. Legacy with the no armor AK. How's it going, Shmurda? Welcome on in. Brazen definitely taking a little bit of care on this one. Don't want to push this one too terribly aggressively. Ooh, looks like our other game is Mirage also. So I'm going to get that entered in early. Seconds. Brazen taking their sweet time on this one. They're choosing the stronger side as well. I love this off angle that Ben is hanging out on. This is a risky one, but Jester spots him early and knocks him right off of it. I like this. So the other thing that Brazen are doing is they're trying to ignore the pit player. Jumble does get his own kill, and KBZ picks off one as well, but Fuggy going to send in the nade for the dunk. 3 versus 3. Bomb going to be going down with 20 seconds to spare. Now Brazen just have to defend. But they've been forced that they can't hold good after plans. dotStats are already encroaching on their position. They lose KBZ in the process. 3 versus 2. Brazen. dotStats not interested in saving. The pit player is Fugi instead of Legacy, so Jester will back him up. And now Shabaka in the 1 versus 2 to try and keep Brazen off of map point. He can't quite hit the shots, and it's Grape to clean up that final kill. 10-12. All right, chat. Right after this game ends, I do have to run a 3-minute ad so that we don't end up screwed on the next one. So, just going to be ripping that ad, and then we'll get to the other game. Sorry for this one going a little bit long. Plenty of tech pauses. All right, full buys for each side to try for dotStats to bring this one to overtime. They only need 2 rounds. They've definitely gotten this one closer on their CT side. Gone quite well for them. Still plenty of time left on the round as the nades, the probing, tossed around. It is looking like Brazen want to try and end this round on the A-bomb site. They picked a heck of a round to do so. Shabaka already rotated in, so there's 4 players here. Johnny Jizz taking some contact over by Banana. Jester just saying, hey, let me work Banana. The rest of the team. Ooh, he's pulled over a little bit, maybe. Oh, snap. Already a player up. Arch, AWP. KBZ doesn't get a chance to fire a shot. So Grape will start this one off. Picks off the first, looking for the second as well. He runs out of ammo, and Grape. Ben burns as well. Jumbo manages to melt through Fuggy, but that's going to be it. It's just Johnny Jizz alone in the 1 versus 4. This one feeling just not a whole lot of a chance left. A rifle and a kit and dreams here for Johnny Jizz to keep dotStats in this one. But it's not going to happen. We make it out just in time to go to our other game.